Okay guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about the plot to Venom that has allegedly leaked out there, and there's quite a few sources backing this up, so be aware of spoilers in this video if you don't want the entire movie possibly spoiled for you. Okay, so let's start off with Eddie Brock, who is in San Francisco. He happens to be a journalist, and he is interviewing a serial killer who goes by the name of Cletus Cassidy, played by Woody Harrelson. Brock's girlfriend is Anna, who is played by Michelle Williams, and she works for the Life Foundation. It's the CEO of this company that is going to be the main villain, who's of course played by Riza Ahmed. And we see that he actually has found a probe from space that contains the symbiote, and he's attempting to merge them with disabled people, trying to figure out how this works. Unfortunately, this causes their deaths, which brings Eddie on to start investigating. It's at this time that Eddie is going to try to break into the Life Foundation, which he does with the help of someone, and as he's in the headquarters, he's then attacked by one of the subjects, who happens to be, of course, driven insane by the symbiote. This happens to be the symbiote Scream. It's during this confrontation that Eddie actually encounters a symbiote of his own and ends up getting Venom. With the help of the other person, he ends up escaping, and Scream escapes as well, along with another symbiote. It's at this time that another symbiote is born, who happens to be Riot. When Eddie finally gets home, he thinks this is all a dream, a nightmare. He needs to wake up, but as it turns out, it's very real. When mercenaries show up to his apartment, the Venom symbiote finally really shows itself, and they end up on the run. The symbiote of Venom and Brock actually come to an agreement, since Brock isn't necessarily a bad guy. They're going to work together, and they're kind of going to exist in a symbiotic relationship to help one another out of this scenario. So they make a deal with one another. Scream then ends up locating them, and we have a fight. Venom manages to actually kill her before Brock is captured by the Life Foundation. As it turns out, the massive plan is to launch another probe into space to attract more symbiotes down to Earth. Riot actually ends up possessing Dr. Drake and begins slaughtering everybody around. The film obviously ends with Venom winning, and the day isn't over as the symbiote is still his and they've agreed to work together. So yeah, honestly this all sounds very plausible, but you could also, I think, kind of click this all together just from watching the trailers. But if it's true, seems like it's going to be exactly what we expected, so I guess let's hope for the best.